Hey PRP peeps, my name is Christy Timbrook and I am going to be showing you guys how to do the owl on painted rocks. Well, the rocks aren't painted, we'll be painting the rocks. By the way, this is my first tutorial ever in history, so we'll see how it goes. But if I can do it, you can do it. All right, to get started, to try to make this not too long, I'll show you what we'll be doing. Here's the little baby owls. You can pick any color you want, any kind of rock, any size. Up to you. This one here is done on a Santorini rock, just for the difference. All right, here we go. So first, I like to do them with a black background or just the color of the rock to keep the integrity of the rock. It's really just up to you. Sometimes on the black, they tend to pop out a little bit more. So you're gonna pick your color for your branches. I usually just do a dark brown and a light brown or a tan. Totally up to you. Ah, thank you for the light. Your branches can be any way you want them. It's not hard. You just pick the direction. I have a tendency, since I'm left-handed, to go better from left to right, but it's totally up to you. Now, of course, on here, I have to figure out how to keep a steady hand and talk, think, and paint at the same time, which is not usually something I can do. So you just paint your branches on however you want them. Sometimes, like this one, I'm making pretty steep, but it doesn't matter. It's not rocket science. And I'm gonna make this one a little more simple than a lot of mine. Sometimes I put a lot more branches, but we're just gonna put a few this time. Put them wherever you want. Okay, then just wet your brush, or clean your brush, I should say. Get a little bit of your tan color. I just like to go across the top, down a little bit. And I usually, now I'm not good at shading. I've never had a painting class of any kind, but I have a tendency to go across the top or where I think light would hit the rock, or not the rock, but hit the branches. Just kind of run a little bit of light color there. All right, that is it for the branches. And like I say, you can do it more or less, but that's the basic of the branches. And I'm trying to go a little quicker so this isn't a 2-hour tutorial. And now we're gonna put on the leaves. And I'm trying to think, sometimes I use a couple different brushes, but I don't remember. With sitting here and having you guys watch at the same time, I don't think straight. Okay, let's just use the one we had. So I usually do a bright green. If the rock is white, or more of a sand color, I'll put a dark green leaf. And you know, you can make the leaves bigger or smaller. Again, it's really just your preference. And I just go around and try to make them at the angle that would look natural to a tree. There's one a little bit bigger. So like I say, it doesn't really matter. Put a few up top. I just go around. There are some brushes that do a little bit better. Like I say, I didn't see the one right off that I sometimes use, so this one will work. All right, and now, I like, again, with the shading aspect, or at least what I call shading, I use a little bit lighter color. Oops, I think my hand was in the video. Try to fix that. Then I take the light green, and I just kind of go back over. A lot of times I just go over the top part, just to give it a little bit of a, you know, I figure if the rock's black, maybe an owl's, you know, at night, and this moon's probably out, and so it's just kind of glistening on the leaves. And again, you really can't mess it up, however. All right, we're gonna now go on to the owl. Let's see, I think we have, as we showed here, a blue and a purple. So let's do pink. Let's do a pink bird. For those of you that don't know, that's Daisy. She's a 7-pound miniature, or I should say toy schnauzer. She's also our alarm system. She's also a little nuts, but so is everyone else in this house. All right. I'm gonna start, let's look here. You know, you can do any colors you want. I tend to use 3 different colors. Let's do this. Let's put the dark pink. Actually, you know what? Let's do it different. Let's do light pink first. It's just, whoops, there's a little bit extra paint. Okay, and again, it's not rocket science. You just go around. You can make these birds smaller, lighter. Actually, a lot of you have one of these birds and you think I've spent days and hours on them. And after you see this, you're like, oh my gosh, she did my rock in 10 minutes. The first few took me a lot longer. I used to be a lot more detailed, and now I've kind of learned that part of the fun of these owls is that they kind of look a little crazy. All right, so there's your pink. Now, just for contrast, I'm going to go with a dark pink. And I have to thank my husband here because he's holding the phone for me while we do this. So now we're going dark pink. Sometimes I'll let these coats dry in between. I'm trying to do this in one video shoot where we don't have to splice it and kind of work with it too much. So we're attempting to do it all in one taping. Generally about right here is where I'll stop and let it dry. I'm not sure why. I don't have a real reason other than that's just a good drying point. But for today, we're gonna keep going. Now I'm gonna go to white. I just realized normally after that light pink, I do white and then I put the darker one. But again, I'm trying to talk and paint at the same time, which is really a big test for me, which I'm so excited. I'm actually painting and talking at the same time. It's a whole new level. So anyway, so this one's gonna have white as the last color. All right. And again, you can make them wispier and more fun, and you know, I could go back with another color. It really is up to you. We're gonna stop right now for a few minutes and let this dry because when we go to put the eyes, the beak, and the feet on, it's a lot easier if the rock is completely dry. So we'll see you back in a few minutes. Okay, peeps, we're back. It's been about 15 minutes and we're dry, and we're gonna now be doing the feet, the eyes, and the beak. And then this owl will be done. Just in case, some of you may not realize these owls are also called poof birds. When I first started making them, a few people laughed and said they are such cute little poof birds. So that may be the name that you know them by. So anyway, here we go. Let's put our feet on first. I usually do them brown, but I guess you could do them any color you want. I just put a line. And then, I think Tad's coming in a little closer, and then a line off to each side. That kind of makes the feet. I think you can see it there. And again, we're trying to speed this up a little bit just for time's sake, but sometimes I'll let those feet dry or I'll go on to other things and then come back. But I usually take, again, a little bit of the light, same colors that we used in the branches, and I just go back over it just to help them stand out so you can see them a little bit. So there's your feet, they're done. Now, Tad's gonna pan over here. I have a punch set that we bought at Harbor Freight that you can pick up, and you just gotta decide what color you want your eyes to be. And there's all kinds of things around the house you can use for this. So pencil erasers, anything that's got a circle, but this is the one I usually use for the eyes. And here we go. We're gonna dip it in the white. And I know a lot of you are familiar with dot art, or with dot art, so it's the same concept. We're going to put the eyes on. So there's one, and I'm going to go back and do it again. Sometimes I try to get two out of it and I mess up, so I always go back for the second one. And two. And again, one might look a little bit bigger than the other. Doesn't really matter. So we'll just leave it. Then we're going to go on to the beak, and that's going to be yellow. And dip our paint in the yellow. I guess you could use orange too. Maybe I have to try that next time. And basically right between the eyes, we're just gonna do a little yellow line, and then you're gonna go down with two lines, just like a little triangle. So basically just a little triangle. Hope y'all can see that. And now I'm gonna attempt, so that we don't have to stop the video, I'm gonna run the hairdryer for a minute, so you can turn your volume down if you want, but we're gonna try it and see if we can get this to dry a little bit faster so that we don't have to do the video again. Getting there. I might have just figured out a way that I can do these even faster on my own. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, we're gonna try it. let's see. I can still see a little bit of non-dry paint in the eyes. The biggest thing is when you go to put the black on, if you push down too hard, sometimes the white will smash around a little bit. But let's keep going. One of the things I've learned with painting, and you know, I know a lot because I've been painting for a whole few months. And so I know an awful lot about painting. But the thing that I have learned, and that is a joke, by the way, is you can always correct a mistake somehow. Where it used to be I'd do something, think I messed it up, and then I would be done. And now I've learned you just go on and fix it. Right now, all I'm doing is putting 3 lines around the beak in black, just to kind of pop that little nose out. And if you do that, and you find out that the beak looks too black, once it dries, you can go back with a little more yellow in the center, and kind of open it up to be a little more yellow if you want. Because sometimes, you know, that black will get a little thick, and I'm actually trying it here just to kind of show you. So kind of like that. Again, it's pretty easy and forgiving. All right, I'm back at the punch set now, and I'm gonna get another one a little bit smaller so that we can do the black part of the eye. So this is just a little bit smaller one, and we're gonna go into our black paint. Whoa, and we're gonna do the exact same thing we did with the white. We put just a little drip on it. Again, I can see that it's still a little wet, so I'm gonna try to not press very hard and see if we can make it work. All right, yep, it's gonna work. Normally I let that completely dry so it doesn't kind of squirt out, but for time's sake, all right, that worked. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is your owl, or as some of us say, your poof bird. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the tutorial. And most of all, I hope you think that you can do a tutorial now. And I'm looking forward to seeing yours. Thanks.